Joining me on the line now is Tim Cope, President of Western Cape Bridge. Tim, nice to have you along.
Thanks so very much for having me.
Tim, I have to ask you straight off the bat before we get into all the details of what Western Cape Bridge does. Maybe just tell us a little bit about Bridge itself.
Okay, well, it's basically a card game that came originally out, I suppose, of a game like Whist or something like that. So a trick taking game, similar to other games like Clubby-Ass that a lot of people might play, but they're a little bit more complicated. So it's four people sitting at a table, the two opposite two partners trying to take as many tricks with their cards against the other two. Um, and then because it's a competitive sport, what then happens is that whatever you do with your cards is compared to what anybody else does with the same set of cards at maybe 10 tables, 50 tables, or 100 tables around the place. So whether you get good cards or bad cards, it is very much a game of skill, not a game of luck.
So I just want to understand, it's not, is it only two people at a table at a time, or do you start with bigger
No,
groups?
four people at a table, two against two.
Right.
So we call them north, south, east, and west.
Right.
Very original of us. So north will play with south, and east will play with west. And it's up to north, south to try and beat up east, west.
So what?
But
so, right. So you play as a team.
If you're playing in a teams event, then at the other table, your teammates, if you're sitting north and south, your teammates will hold the cards that east and west have got. So when you finish playing the hand, you give the hand to the other table, and they see what they can achieve, and then you compare your two results.
Well, you're
so you have a north-south at one table and an east-west at the other table, and that diminishes any luck factor because obviously both teams have had a chance at the same set of cards in terms of playing.
Right, so you're obviously you're going to have to give me a few lessons because I got lost. I got lost on the compass. That was about as far as I got. But just give us an idea. I mean, how is there a big difference in bridge between, say, for example, poker or rummy, and you play a normal deck of cards?
I mean, it's a normal deck of cards, same as rummy, same as poker, same as club-yes, same as all other games, etc. Uses the 52 decks of cards. So there are 52 cards in a pack, and if you've got four people sitting at the table, each player will therefore start with 52 divided by 4, which is 13, and it's from there that the game starts.
Tell me a little bit more about Western Cape Bridge. I went to your website, and I mean, apart from all the different, firstly, one of the things I looked at there was your newsletter from 2019. And it jumped out to me that you guys are very active. You're talking about a whole lot of different things here. International competitions. One of your players last year was awarded the Journalist of the Year award in Cape Town. Western Cape Bridge looks very active.
We try to be as active as we can. I think, like many sports in the Western Cape, we rely on the volunteers. So a big thank you from me to all those people who give of their time. We don't have any professional staff. Everybody volunteers. So the newsletter that goes out, I've just finished writing, I think, my third article for the next newsletter, and our editor will be producing about a 30-page document in a couple of weeks' time. We've got competitions going on online at the moment, as you say, because we cannot obviously meet at our local bridge club.
So you've got one of those added advantages, a little bit like chess, where you guys can play online.
We're very lucky in that sense. And look, I mean, sometimes I would like to use the karate that you just mentioned on my partner, but I suppose I'm not really allowed to do that.
No. And I don't think they're allowed to pull a pack of cards out in their sport.
Okay, well then that's 50-50. That's
It's
fair enough.
50.
If they can't
So,
do what we can't do.
so I can't find it on the on your newsletter right now. But when I was reading earlier on, I saw something about something called No Fear. What's that about?
Right. So we recently had our national congress, which we did all the work for and hosted down in Cape Town. And whilst it's our national congress featuring all of our top players, we had players from maybe 10 or 12 different countries around the world as well participating.
Right.
And bridge can be a very serious game until it's over, and then we can get to the bar. But whilst we're playing it, it's a very serious game. And alongside our national congress, we ran a very much more simplified event called the No Fear event, where we invited players who had not competed at this level of of seriousness, to come and have some fun and play exactly the same hands that we were playing. You know, it's a technical thing. We have a dealing machine that can spew out 100 copies of exactly the same hand, so everybody can play exactly the same hand at exactly the same time.
If there are schools out there that want to start bridge, they can give you a call, and you say you'll set it all up for them.
Yep, we will provide them. There's no cost to them whatsoever, other than providing us with a classroom or something like that that we can go and teach in.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I promise
Tom, that's great.
People will enjoy it. Once they've got started, it's the world's greatest game. But there again, I'm biased in favor of bridge because I was never any good at karate.
Don't worry, I was never any good at bridge. All right, Tom, we're going to leave it at that. It's been fantastic chatting with you. As I say, we look forward to more follow-up conversations, and hopefully everybody's watching this, and many parents and moms and dads or teachers out there will say, well, this is a golden opportunity. We can get bridge at the school.
Use the lockdown time to teach your children bridge.
Yeah. Tom, we'll leave it at that. Thanks very much for chatting with us, and we'll hopefully chat to you again soon.
Thanks for giving me the time. Much appreciated.
Right, folks, that's of course Tim Cope, President of Western Cape Bridge.